All right, welcome back, everybody. I am Jamila, your realtor.
And I'm Jazmyn, your interior designer.
And welcome to the In Your Space podcast, where we focus on bringing you the real in real estate.
And interior design.
Of course. Yes. So, hello.
Hi.
Again.
Hello.
I feel like it's been forever.
What's up? It's like, how many greetings can we fit into?
Ciao.
Hola.
Leave a dirt sheet.
That's goodbye.
I know. Bong. I know. All right. So what are we doing?
We're going to do the goods today, Jamila. It's been a little while since we talked about what we're grateful for. So you go first. Tell me the good.
The good is the fact that I can pay my bills this month. What? Long time. Not as if my account was on zero.
No, but you was nervous a little bit.
We were watching the cents go down.
This is reality for an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And I know I said previously, like, I'm okay with the how are we going to eat next month situation. But meanwhile, I'm like, where's my next check coming from?
My gosh.
I'm very grateful to be able to pay my bills on time.
Wonderful.
Especially my credit cards. We gotta protect your neck.
Yeah.
I gotta protect my neck when it comes to my credit.
Right.
So I'm very fortunate. What about you, Jazz?
This week I'm gonna say that I'm grateful for my mom.
Oh,
my mom has been housing us squatters. Squatters. We're not squatting, but she has been taking us in since the house has been in construction.
She's a good mom.
She has been a true soldier for watching the kids randomly on, date nights or, I got to run and do a walkthrough or whatever the case may be, stepping in to be a third pseudo parent when we need her. And also just, always being supportive of my business. And she's going to be super shocked when she hears this, that I shot her out.
Somebody's trying to get more date night points.
No. So tonight we're going to go see The Woman King.
Okay.
And my mama's going to do, watching the kids. So this is timely because it's literally happening. But I just wanted to show appreciation for her because she always looking out.
Let's give it up for mom.
Woo! I'm going to put a sound bite. Something right here.
Thanks, mom.
Thank you.
All right. And so, thank you, mom. Thank you, checks. We feeling good about
Appreciate
this.
it all of it.
Yes.
Okay. And so out of this good vibes we got going, let's keep the good times rolling. We're going to bring back Jamila Sells It, which for those of you who may not remember is a segment where Jamila has to be surprised by one beautiful space. And by beautiful, I mean sarcastic space that's, maybe something that's going to be a drawback for anybody coming in looking at this home to buy. So I just want her to give us her best sales pitch. And I'm never going to make it easy.
No, disclaimer. Disclaimer. I literally had the opportunity to see this picture.
I posted it in a shared folder 30 minutes before.
Yeah, 30 minutes before we got here.
Because I don't want her to have any time to prepare. You just got to be off the cuff. That's the nature of this segment. So
this is not fair.
I don't know if it's up yet.
It's up.
Let's take a look at this beautiful space. And similar to how we did it before, I'm just a rando.
Oh, Jazmyn. Here we are at house number 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes.
Dragging you.
Yes. I'm dragging me all over town here.
No, all right. Here we are. Okay. So we're at another house and I know the first one didn't quite work out. Mm-hmm. We did some plans and unfortunately it was just a little bit too much for the renovation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All that brown and the little things. But we tried.
Yeah.
We?
Yeah.
All right,
we did.
So now this one, again, as you mentioned, the ensuite is definitely a big deal for you. Mm-hmm. So we're in the same location that you want it to be. Mm-hmm. The price of this home has come down drastically.
It better have.
And it's not because of what we're about to see. It's more so because of the market. So you can get in here and really do something.
Okay.
So, all right, we're going to go on into this master bedroom ensuite. And what we have here, I just love it. First of all, these carpets are saying everything.
Yeah, they're saying everywhere.
They're saying everything to me, but I know, that everyone may not like carpets. So you could, if you think about the renovations that you want to make, you could easily, take away from the carpet, right? Do some hardwood floors here. I love the different levels to this. We've got, mirrors here, there, and everywhere. They may not be everyone's thing, but it does make the room feel a bit bigger. But you don't have to keep those. We have levels here with the bed. I think that is so unique.
Yes, very.
So unique. But what I love the most about this space, you can get in the tub and get in the bed literally in like 5 steps. 5 steps, Jazz.
Wow. That is seeing the bright side.
And I mean, the bright side, that vanity over there, that's a double vanity. I mean,
it's a corner vanity.
It's a corner vanity.
It's both sides, guys. You got mirrors on this side, mirrors on that side.
It's really cool.
Listen. Is that okay?
I know it's not for everybody. Oh, the popcorn ceiling, but that's okay. That doesn't take a lot of elbow grease to come out.
No.
So it's
just a little updating.
It's a little updating. The size is here. You see the uniqueness in this space. I think you could bring your own uniqueness. And I mean, if the bathroom being exposed is an issue, you can always close that off. Because I do see the toilet back there. So it's okay. We can see it now. We don't have to see it later. So take your time, walk around, take your notes on what you would want to change and maybe what you would want to keep.
Okay, good job. This is actually very hard. So I want to just go ahead and give you your props there because you tried. You tried really hard. This space, for those who can't see it, listening in, is wall to wall to wall to stairs to wall green carpet.
I like the green.
It's a lot. It's all over the place. The bed is on a platform that's 2 steps deep. Next to the bed is a soaker tub. Next to the soaker tub is a toilet in a closet closed in by a curtain. So not any kind of privacy or vapor barrier for the smells. It's all just ruminating around here. But it is, to your point, Jamila, there is a lot. I mean, this is a gut. This is a gut and start over, but it's a good amount of space to work with.
You could tell that whoever owned this property.
It was freaky.
Wow.
It was a lot of freaky mess going on in this space.
Went there, not me. I was going to say that they kept this property in good condition. I mean, because listen, I don't see a stand-up shower here. So somebody took a lot of baths, right? I don't see a ring around the bath.
It's hard to see a ring in a pink tub.
Well, is that pink?
It's pink.
But I also don't see like this really worn out area, in carpet when you keep walking areas. Down. I don't see a really bad traffic area on this carpet. So I think I see the vacuum marks.
Yeah, they vacuumed.
They did a great job.
They did vacuum. God bless.
Thanks a lot, Jazmyn, for this because this is ridiculous. Now I'm gonna turn it on. I'm turning the other cheek. I almost
feel bad, you guys. I almost feel bad.
This is ridiculous.
It's real life though. Somebody had this as their bedroom.
I would again if you guys have been listening long enough, I love these type of projects, and obviously Jazmyn does too. I would walk in this space and go, this has so much character, and obviously I'm not living in this, but I would rework the hell out of this, and it would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's all I mean.
You just have to have the vision.
Have the vision.
And a budget because.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, camera guy. Thank you so much for that. And that still wasn't cool, Jazmyn.
It wasn't, but you know what? You were a good sport. And so as a reward, I won't do that to you for at least another 2 episodes. All right.
I appreciate it. Moving on.
That was so fun.
So this is very timely, of course, because our topic today is
2023 design trends to look forward to.
Yes.
So caveat. Okay. I am not a trend follower. I think I said that before. I'm not a trend heavy person. However, I'm a designer. I know it's going to happen. I know that they're coming, and I know that I'm going to get clients who are going to want to see certain things that they see out there that they like, right? Pop up in their space and in their design. So my strategy is usually to be familiar with these trends and incorporate them in ways that they're not necessary elements. They're not, the focal point of a design. So in 5 years, when it's not a thing anymore, if you remove it, it's not, the whole thing isn't scrapped.
I think that's a fair way to address trends. I was going to say twins. That's a fair way to address trends because you can still have your trends,
right,
but not be totally trendy.
Right. I mean, because like I said before, too, trends are, 2 weeks or 2 months from tacky. It's like, it's going to come in and go. I just want to point out that my trends that I'm wearing today in honor of this episode are She's
not
very
tacky.
on trend. She's
I'm
even above the trend. No, because it's definitely that, animal print.
Animal print is South Jersey.
I'm trying to think. Well, I moved, so it doesn't apply.
If you are from South Jersey, you own something animal print. That's number one.
I actually had some animal print sneakers, so I did at a time.
I'm so serious.
Yes.
Animal print something, and I mean, red lipstick is always, it's a trend, but it's classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
And the earrings, though.
I mean, you're just giving yourself everything right now. Let's just take a moment for Jamila. Zoom in. Can you zoom in?
We zoom in. I'm all on trend today. But no, seriously, I get what you're saying. There are some trends that they get played out early.
Absolutely.
So you're going to focus on, let's see what these trends are. And, honestly, I'm thinking, how often do trends come around?
Every year. And sometimes within the year, there are trends that come and go. But every year there's a new design. Every year there's a new color of the year, and different paint companies have different colors of the year, and they usually kind of cycle out, and they it's like it follows fashion. Yeah. Fashion week. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's its own sector of that in design where it's like, this is the design of the year. This is the style that we're going with for this year. Yeah. And you'll see it in the way furniture is made. You'll see it in certain color options that are given for pieces of furniture. Like, you'll see it. It'll just become very common. You'll be able to pick up on them.
See, and that's why it should be more stylish than trendy. But
Absolutely. You'll always be ahead of the trend if you're not following it.
I agree. I know you're going to touch on this, so I'm not going to try to take away from what you're about to say. But I have to agree with that because some of the things that we've done in our home when we first got it, it's being done now.
Right.
I'm not trying to call myself an oracle. I'm just saying.
No, you're a trendsetter.
Oh,
look at that.
Anyway,
look at that. I gave her the warm and fuzzies.
Yes, you did.
Okay, but yes, also, this is an image heavy episode, right? So if you're not listening, or if you're not watching on YouTube, feel free to tune in because there are definitely going to be images that you're going to see as examples. And I'm not, I understand that I'm not the greatest at describing them all in watching recent or listening to recent episodes. So just, go ahead and tune into YouTube for imaging goodness. Some visual goodness. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that apparently the 70s are back. Now, me as an 80s baby and a late 80s baby, I don't know what that means. But looking at pictures, I kind of get the vibe. So that's what the streets are saying.
All right. So let's be clear. This is 70s in home decor, not 70s in clothing. Because I've been seeing some 90s in clothing.
Well, is the 70s bell bottoms?
Yes. Really?
I've seen those coming back.
Okay.
I've seen that.
High waist.
And like 90s streetwear mixed with 70s, it's coming back. I'm seeing it too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not the fashion girl, but I do notice a little bit of that happening. But yes, 70s in home design styles are coming back significantly. And if you are an eclectic person like Miss Jamila over here, you'll be pretty excited about some of these things that are happening because it's a vibe, right? It's good to incorporate. It's easy enough to incorporate into your style if you're an eclectic person. All right. So the first thing that's coming back that we're seeing, or that's coming that we're seeing, are handmade items, right? So we got dinnerware, plates and bowls and mugs, and also pottery, right? Your vases, things that you use to display your, plants and everything like that. It's in heavy handmade ceramics and they look very unique. It's actually one of the side effects of COVID, right? Because when we were in the house, people were doing a lot of crafts. No, you weren't doing crafts? No, you weren't doing crafts?
No, let me tell you. I want you to finish your thought.
No. Okay, so as a byproduct of COVID and people being in the house, they started experimenting with crafts a lot. And one of the things that came out of that is a desire for things that feel handmade. You want it to feel organic. You want it to feel not perfect. You want to see imperfections in it. And so we have a lot of pottery, a lot of dinnerware, things like that are coming out that are going to represent that.
I have a slight conspiracy theorist situation, or maybe not.
Okay.
Your face is like, what?
Conspiracy theorists always throw me off a little bit, but go ahead.
So, and maybe I shouldn't call it a conspiracy theory or whatever. Just my inner gut is saying something else to me. I don't agree with, I do agree with the fact that you're saying handmade items are in. Yeah. But I think it's for a different reason. Now, coming from someone who I had a business during the pandemic, and it was handcrafted. Right. It was a handcrafted art store. Everything was made by hand. There was someone who made ceramics. There was someone who made jewelry. There was someone who made all these different things and they sold them. And so I feel like, and maybe it's just me, I was surrounded by this stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. And maybe the world was still not catching up.
We weren't there yet.
So maybe, for me, I'm just like, yes, this is unique. You should want these things in your home, And maybe the world just finally caught up because they couldn't get it when they were out.
This is the point, though, Jamila. You are an eclectic person.
I'm a very eclectic person.
So you surrounded yourself. There are people who were still neck deep in farmhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Who did not have handmade like anything in their house, who are now taking those elements and bringing them in.
Oh, it's so interesting. So I'll say this. In conclusion to this handmade item situation, support your local ceramist.
Absolutely.
Okay? You can go to Hobby Lobby all you want. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Target. You can go to all those people. That's great. It looks like it's unique. It's really not unique. But let me tell you who really needs the money. Your local ceramist. So take yourself to the farmers markets and all that stuff and support them.
Yeah. Shop local. Support local businesses.
Shop local.
Absolutely.
Buy more handmade.
Okay. So yes, that's number one, handmade items. Number two is embroidered upholstery.
This surprised me.
Did it?
It did, but I can see it.
You can. Okay. So these items are from Grandin Road. And so they're a pretty high-end furniture maker. And the upholstery details that you're seeing coming out now they're not your grandma's, chair anymore.
They're not.
It's colorful pops on neutral palettes. It's bringing in botanical elements. It's adding nature to your space. And that's something that we saw a lot too as a byproduct of COVID. It's all going to feel like it's a byproduct of COVID, but I think it's also just people trying to be more in tune with nature and appreciative of natural elements. And so this is another way that they're going to bring in what feels natural. What you see here is like an armchair that's got embroidery on the head and on the, the actual seat portion. It's not everywhere, right? No. It's just touches of it to add texture and pops of color, which is really important because if you're going from what was common before, which was the neutral palette, you're not going to want to dive deep into color everywhere. This is a great way to slowly incorporate color into your palette.
I love how this is also pretty groovy for people that kill plants. You're welcome.
If you're tired of those faux plants hanging out in your house, then this is another option.
It's another option. Yeah. You're not going to kill these plants unless you rub too much body lotion up against this chair or this ottoman.
Right.
But no, it's a beautiful chair. And so did you say that the chair was beige?
Yeah, it's a neutral color, right? So it's like a cream or a beige. It's got, it's got some tufted details on the side, so it feels more modern, it feels updated. But this color pop is just really the key here. It's bringing in color where it probably wasn't before, in a very subtle way. Because I wouldn't bring this in with a bunch of other chairs. This would be just the one element that's textured or embroidered in this the space that I put this in, and it would be just a little bit of like, oh, that's interesting, visual interest, texture,
But are we allowed to sit in this chair?
Yeah, after it's been protected properly.
Okay.
I don't believe in putting chairs in a space that you can't actually sit in. So I'm going to give you a light colored chair, but you're also going to have to protect it properly.
Meanwhile, you said the 70s were back. Wasn't that the same time when we couldn't like sit on our grandmother's furniture?
But this is also, we're vetoing the plastic on the sofa. Love you, Beyonce. But we're vetoing that, you know, because it's a song on her new album, which you don't know because
I don't pay attention to trends.
Anyway, enough about the queen. So, yes.
You didn't hear me.
No, what'd you say?
I said, I don't pay attention to trends. Oh,
wow.
I'm going to get stabbed up in here.
Let me just take a sip, everyone. Enjoy the moment of you being oh so wrong.
Oh, okay.
In the room.
Okay.
All right, guys, moving right along. The next thing that we see coming in is actually something that I'm very excited about, because in planning for the design of Project Angelou, aka my home, I'm going to do a lot with the ceiling. I'm going to do a lot with the ceiling. Don't tell my husband. But there's going to be a lot of elements that are dramatic, that are surprising. And so what we're seeing coming in 2023 is dramatic ceiling. Coffered ceiling, molding on the ceiling, painting the ceiling a glossy sheen, which is so fun.
Do you want to tell Jordan again? Tell him I need to paint my ceiling.
Jordan, paint the ceiling.
Paint the ceiling, Jordan.
It's fine. Just
anyway,
paint the ceiling. And also wallpaper on the ceiling, doing, you know, stencil, like just taking it there. All the stuff that you want to do on an accent wall, take the accent wall from the back wall, take it up to the ceiling. And you're going to see a lot of that happening too.
Now, can I also insert here our local major hardware stores are making it very possible to do it very easily. You've seen the PVC stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the PVC pipe, like if someone was like going to find pipe, if you don't know what this is about, like the PVC pipe, right? They have, well, I don't know if it's the same company or not, but the point is that they have other things that you could actually create some geometric shape with PVC,
like it's molding,
and put it on your ceiling to create that dimension as well. I've seen a lot of people using this for accent walls, for bed
frames.
Yes, thank you, for bed frames. Yeah, and even ceilings, because we considered doing it in our basement for that ceiling. But I mean, you could spray paint that. Yep. Regular hand painted. Do whatever you want to do.
I mean, it's just another wall. It's just another wall.
It really is.
So you can just do whatever you want. Don't be limited, because it also accents height in your space. Even if you don't feel like you have super tall ceilings, it'll make it feel tall.
Yeah.
It depends on the color choice though.
But it is a thing. When I walk into a space with ceilings,
it's fun.
Oh my God.
It's fun. So story. When I was pregnant with Gideon, we painted his ceiling a striped white and yellow, so it looked very circusy. It was so cute. I just have and that was like 5 years ago.
Who in the hell put the tape on the ceiling to get
my baby daddy?
First of all, that's a lot of work.
My husband, he did it because my pregnant behind was not getting up on the ladder, even though I wanted to. But my husband knows me well enough to know that if he don't do it, I'm going to do it.
We're going to have a side conversation, your husband and I, simply because I need to know how he got straight tape on this ceiling.
You know what?
That's crazy.
You know what? He did a really good job, because this was before we had our laser level to like make sure that things were straight. He just did a good job.
He's still doing this.
I know. In my head. Yeah. I'm looking at the ceiling in my head.
Yeah. Oh,
it was my favorite. It was my favorite thing. But yes, dramatic ceilings is absolutely a thing that's happening. It's coming. Get ready. Let your mind fly with this. But the other thing I want to encourage is don't be limited to molding, and don't be limited to like paint color. Also, let's think about accents on our ceiling, right? Chandelier, like ceiling medallions, fun light fixtures. You know what I mean? Decorative track lighting that's like you have your finger kind of up, and so I can't finish my thought.
It's a hook finger. It's so I can remember my thought.
Go ahead. No, it's gone. Mine is gone. So go ahead. Please go.
So remember when you came to my home?
Yes.
I was about to say home.
Your home.
My home. And you saw the hallway.
Yeah. The entryway.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what is too much. And this is very relevant.
I think you asked me this question before.
I did.
Yeah. Did I not help you?
I love how you're interrupting my thoughts now.
Sorry.
No, seriously. We talked about what could go on the ceiling because I said I want the ceiling to be more dramatic. And but this is more so for the listeners than it is just for me. Yes, you did help me, Jazmyn.
Oh, you're okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, sometimes, you'll have these, and I don't want to jump too far, but sometimes you'll have these, I have a very bold entryway.
Right.
With patterns.
Yes.
And then I'm saying I want to put something on the ceiling. When is it too much? You get what I mean?
When you go in and you feel dizzy, that's when it's too much. No, I'm just kidding.
no, but I mean, you don't have to be exactly, like, it doesn't have to be an exact thing, but there has to come a time where it's a bit too much.
It's hard. So when I like to, like, step back, right? Do things one at a time. So if you're thinking, oh, I have like 3 things that I want to do in here. I want to paint. I want to have like a gallery wall, and then I want to have like a stencil feature somewhere. Stop after the paint. Okay, I'm cool. This is good. All right. Gallery wall, step back. Okay, cool. And by step back, I mean, like, give it a day. Like, live with it. And then after that, you can try the stencil. You can try okay, let me add another. And you take a break in between just to be sure this is good. Because you have a lot of house. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it all in that space. It might be just you need one more thing that you're just like, something to clinch it. Yeah,
my father-in-law, because gave me the greatest tip, and it's not to overlook what your tip was. Wow. So it's on 2 different levels. So, because when I asked you about a pattern.
Yes.
My walls are already patterned. Yes. And I said, if I were to put the adhesive wallpaper on whatever on the ceiling, what do you think I should do? And you gave me a great tip. What? Before I asked you, he knows how much I love the lumber beams on the ceiling. And his advice was, I have a red lacquer mirror on my wall.
Okay.
And he said, you should do red lumber beams and lacquer it like what's on your wall, and it'll kind of match up.
Okay.
And I was like, I love that idea. But my husband couldn't get with that idea, so it didn't happen. That's why the ceiling is plain. And I asked you.
Okay. So I don't disagree with Jordan in this case, because I'm thinking about the area that we're working with here. Red lacquer beams might be OD. Just a tad.
I don't know, but we didn't do it. So either way.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things, though. It's like, the other thing that comes to mind is, how hard is it going to be to design it? How hard it will be to hotelify this space.
Oh, God.
Because we're,
I got you. It's fine.
It's something to consider.
If it was a forever home, I'd probably do the red lacquer beams.
Okay.
But it's not a forever home.
I'm just trying to remember how wide your
It's not as big as it could be. It just needs to look more grand.
Okay.
But the funny part is I don't even come through the front door. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. I don't know what I'm doing
So
here.
This is very on point, right? So the next thing we have is bold patterns.
Yes.
So very on point. You were just following right along. So bold patterns in wallpaper accents, as well as tile, because we're seeing a lot of pattern tile coming back too in colorful options and colorful ways. So these are great options too for adding color where maybe there wasn't color before, for adding a bit more texture and layering into your space, which is a very fun way for you to add a more modern twist in your space, in a neutral space specifically.
I love how accessible the whole, as we were just talking about, the adhesive wallpaper is nowadays. It's super
awesome.
Accessible. You can get it almost anywhere. And it really is easy to apply.
But the other part that's really great is that this is super renter friendly because it's easy to remove.
Yes.
So you won't lose your security deposit. You know what I mean? You can still personalize and not make a permanent decision that you can't, easily remove. So yeah, I love bold patterns. I'm going to absolutely be using wallpaper. That is a thing because of that adhesive, method that is now available for more patterns and more styles. It's not your granny's wallpaper anymore. It's a lot more modern, you know, geometrics, and even some that are like murals. I love the mural wallpaper for a good pop, especially in like a kid's room. So fun. So definitely look at bold patterns in wallpaper and tile too.
Do you think, I know, see, I love picking Jazmyn's brain while we're on the air because it's almost like a free consultation. Not really.
I can't
not really,
say no.
Not really. But no, so I have a small space. And no, okay, let me go backwards. Both my bathrooms.
Okay.
One bathroom, I thought I had good layers, and I feel like I need one more layer. So I think I'm going to do another wallpaper. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's the upstairs bathroom. The second one is just like a blank canvas just waiting for me. And it is so small. Do you think that like those wallpapers can make a room feel smaller?
Is this a powder room?
It's the size of a powder room, but it's a full bathroom because it has a stand-up shower.
Oh, okay. So there are ways that you can get around that. You can do a half, like have molding or some kind of detail on the bottom, and then have wallpaper to the ceiling. So it doesn't feel as small.
Okay.
But only on the top to the middle, not the bottom, because that will make it feel squatter because that's at eye level, right? I'm not afraid of powder room or smaller bathrooms having wallpaper. I think it's a really good idea. What I've seen that's really clever that a lot of designers do is they'll wallpaper the ceiling in a bathroom, and then they'll incorporate some of the color, maybe a neutral option from the pattern they have in the rest of the room to kind of tie it in.
Ooh, that's clever.
Yeah, it's very clever.
I like that.
So it doesn't feel like wallpaper like in your face. It's further away so you can appreciate the pattern better. But, you know, you get that impact, which is really cool.
I like that. Yeah. I have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. So bold patterns, wallpapers, tile. It's a good thing that's coming in 2023. Only a couple more, guys. Mid-century modern furniture absolutely is coming back. This is furniture with sleek lines, angled legs, you know, organic shapes, streamlined form, and minimal embellishment. So if you're familiar with mid-century modern, it feels
clean,
very clean, very clean. What is this? Is it like the 50s?
Yes.
Very 50s.
Yes.
That's coming back. And especially in the wood elements, right? People are putting wood on their ceiling again, guys. It's a thing. Paneled walls coming back.
So you're telling me I shouldn't have painted my panel wall?
No. The thing that I was just about to say, that's the trick to that, is that you got to get the right color, right? Because it will absolutely feel dated if you get the wrong color scheme for your wood panels. And I'm not saying go crazy, but if you have an accent wall that's a panel, it might feel modern in 2023. It might feel right in with what's happening in the trends. And again, what I said before, let's consider how we can do these in small ways so you're not trying to rush to catch up when this isn't a thing in 2024.
Yeah.
So just figure out a small, maybe a mid-century, you know, couch, or a mid-century modern like accent chair. Not a couch because that's a bigger investment, but an accent chair is something to consider too, because it adds that style, but it doesn't pull in the full effect because that is going to be harder to change out. Not saying mid-century modern hasn't been around for a very long time, and I know a lot of designers are over it.
Really?
They're tired.
Really?
Yes. So I'm a part of a lot of different Facebook groups that, you know, designers haunt, and we, you know, kind of chat about things, but you see the arguments going back and forth. Same way that I've heard farmhouse is like the bane of some people's existence. Similarly, mid-century modern seems to be one of those things that you can't get it perfect. So some people are like, look, it's not a thing. Like, let's move on.
So I bought a couch from one of my favorite places in South Jersey. And they do, I don't want to say their names. I'm just got to stop name dropping. But it's a store that I go to all the time. And they sell furniture that's, you know, it's a little bitty scratch and dent, but it's better. And they sell furniture from a place that a lot of people order from online. I found this couch for $250.
Steal.
Oh, big steal.
Yeah.
Mid-century style, navy blue. Seems like it's kind of like corduroy, but not really corduroy.
Okay.
But the legs were like brass or faux gold mid-century style. Oh my goodness.
Sounds gorgeous.
I was like, yeah, we're putting that in the truck today. We're getting that.
We're not leaving here without that.
No. And I realized that more than anything, my house was built in the mid-century. My style reflects mid-century. My dining room furniture is mid-century. So it's just hard for me to be like, maybe that's just my personal thing. I love it. I love the certain elements of the sleekness, especially the legs of the furniture. What? Oh, yeah, I know. The sleekness. I know. Watch your hands. Sorry. Put your hand down, Jamila.
People who are listening don't know what just happened, but it's fine. If you're watching on YouTube, you've seen it. Yes.
But yeah, I love the design. I guess if I was a designer, I'd be like, what's next? Get rid of it.
The thing that I love about mid-century modern is that if you take one piece, like if you take one element of lighting, if you take, an accent chair, if you take a coffee table, you can plop that in most other spaces that aren't mid-century modern and it'll fit right in.
Yeah.
It'll feel perfect for that space. So I'm very excited about that being a thing, because what that means for me that it's coming back is that I'm going to be able to find it more readily and maybe at more affordable prices, right? Yeah. Because that's the thing about trends is these are things that you're going to see when you're just trolling your everyday stores. Okay, so number six. Vibrant velvets.
Weren't we just talking about velvet?
It's so strange that is a thing that's coming back because we chatted randomly about velvet.
Oracle. I'm telling you, I'm an oracle.
Did.
I said velvet on the ceiling. And now we're talking about dramatic ceilings and velvet.
So you tied that. Wow.
I'm just saying, call me for your next psychic reading.
You gotta say it out. She said, call me now.
Call me now.
Yes. So, but the thing that's fun about this is that the velvets that we're seeing are going to be in vibrant and bright colors, which I love it. Is so fun because, again, if you're taking a big furniture item like your sofa, for example, and you're taking it in a very bright direction, you don't really have to do a whole lot for the rest of the space, right? If you have a neutral palette to begin with, which is my normal assumption because I can't take it from any other random place. But if I'm taking it from a normal palette to begin with and I'm incorporating something big and vibrant, it's very easy to style around it. And it's very easy to incorporate that in a very seamless way into your existing design. So I'm so excited because I love velvet as a texture. It's so luxurious and fun.
I'm bursting at the seams. I have to give a tip.
I know, but you're going to see it in bold and rich colors and color options all over the place.
Now, I agree with you, and I have to go back to the store that I went to before, right?
Here we go.
Before I bought
you're not going to name drop.
Nope.
You just got to write it down and slide it over.
I will slide it over. But when
I probably already know of it. But
I think when we went to go buy the blue couch, I saw, and this is where I agree with you, I saw like it was almost the color of your nails, like a pink / periwinkle velvet. I don't know, velvet couch. And
I don't know what this color is, guys, to describe it to you. Sorry,
it's like pink. It's like an orchid. Periwinkle.
It's like a pink orchid. It's like no, okay.
I don't know, right. But I'm gonna go ahead with what I said.
Yeah. Periwinkle pink.
And I saw this velvet. It was a sectional. And it was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It was gorgeous. And I said, I wish I could buy this, but I have kids.
Yeah,
and I just stopped.
Yeah,
but as I mentioned on a previous episode, I think my restriction of taking the television out of the living room has really helped my furniture.
Okay.
So my kids do not go into the living room. They go where the TV is, which means if you want to go ahead now and start buying your velvet couches, just take your TV out the living room. It'll last longer. You're welcome.
I'm going to go ahead and say that velvet is not for everybody. It's totally
but for those that have,
if you have children, if you have pets,
right?
Okay, let's be real.
That's a big one.
Yeah, this is not an accessible option, at least until you can control access, right?
Yeah.
Because if I was looking for my office, right, my personal office that I know is going to be a kid-free as much as I can, a kid-free zone, I'm absolutely looking for like velvet chairs to go in there as like my lounge situation. So absolutely a great and a very exciting thing that we can see coming down the pike. And I think we're at the last one, Jamila. I had to cut it somewhere. So we're at number 7. Retro colors are coming back. Okay?
I just like colors.
Yes. These colors are specifically what makes me think retro. We've got a blush pink. We've got a mustard yellow. And we've got like, not like forest, not lime.
Not seafoam green.
Not seafoam. It's a very specific kind of green. And it's just chill and relax. All 3 of these colors make me think relax, like lay back, very comfortable. Yeah, they are. They're very retro, especially together. If you were bold enough to put these 3 colors together, I think I would give you a standing ovation because I love them together. And I can't imagine any space not looking gorgeous with these coordinating colors. But I am very excited about specifically the pale pink because I love a blush. I love pink. It's my favorite color. So that is very exciting that there's going to be more options out there. Not like there was a shortage. No. But now you're going to start to see these colors kind of together. And it's going to be really fun for the eyes. It's going to be like a feast for your retro vibes. Anybody who's been jonesing for like something different. You're tired of the cream and the wood and the white.
I'm never tired of the wood. If anything, I would put these retro colors with wood. And y'all losing it. I would put it with wood.
Yeah.
And I would put it with mid-century.
Yes, absolutely. It ties in very well. I had to pick it up somewhere. Yes, it ties in very well with mid-century modern style because in that style, you do see these combinations of color that feel very cool. They just feel very sophisticated and cool. And I love them. I love them all together. So that is our 7 design trends that we're going to look forward to seeing in 2023. I'm very excited about them.
You know what I want to know?
Yeah.
I want to know if any of our listeners or any of our viewers have actually started incorporating these trends now. I mean,
yeah, because you are very similar probably to Jamila and Oracle already. You saw it coming and you were like, yeah, I'm going to get in on that.
So I want you all to tell us now what you did. I can't keep that accent up. Tell us now what you did, that little things that you started incorporating into your home and whether it's been successful or unsuccessful or you had to redo it over. What did you learn? I will say that stick and peel wallpaper situation, that is so easy as we talked about to apply it and to take it down.
Yes.
That literally you could just go ham and buy all types of stuff all the time. I'm just saying.
Very few things that are executed well are started with go ham. So we're going to say, let's be very conservative because less is more with certain things. I can't let that stand.
Listen, so for somebody who changes her room around literally once a year, I could be buying all the wallpaper thinking, I'm just saying.
If you wanted to so this is my thing. I go off of the approach, I don't want you to have to change this in 5 years. So don't take it all on at once and go and make it your focal point. But you can use it to accent. You can use it to emphasize certain rooms. You can use it to just add a touch of texture and layering and interest. But I'm very excited about all of these trends because, like I said before, I am absolutely I'm going to do wallpaper. I'm going to do wallpaper on the ceiling. I'm going to do colorful tile. I'm going to do all of these things, molding, details. I am absolutely going to have some mid-century modern accent chairs in my home. I know it's going to happen. So I'm excited for these things to just be coming on down. So by the time I'm ready for it, I know where to look and I'm on it.
Can I say one more thing? How much time do we have?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Are we good? 5? Great. So listen, I have to say this. So, mid-century, right? I told you during the lockdown, we actually bought another mid-century table.
Okay.
And chair set. And prior to that, we actually had one that was the real deal from the 70s.
Okay.
Which I loved, but it was like, all right, it's time to go. The kids killed it. So we found another one. And the one thing that I love about these chairs that we have that look mid-century style, and having kids, again, it's like furniture and kid tips. I'll let them kill the chair part, the cushion part.
Okay.
because it's so easy to take off that cushion part and reupholster that to bring new life to it in another year or two when you decide to bring in some trends.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. That's all I had to say because it excites me so much to do that.
Thank you so much for that, Jamila.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your input. And I am excited to hear about how you guys are going to try to incorporate these trends, how you're going to take advantage of them coming down the pike, and what ones you're kind of surprised by, right? Because you were similarly surprised by the embroidery. In the
I really was surprised by that.
I mean, I think it's higher end, right? It's definitely got to be well done, but I think it's very exciting to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our episode.
That is.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, Jamila, what are we talking about next week?
What we're talking about next week is what a realtor actually does.
Oh, ooh. Okay. So this is like my trust the process, but your trust the process. Realtor edition.
Realtor edition.
Okay.
Big time. Y'all about to get surprised.
Ooh. Okay. Let's get into it. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys.
All right, you guys. See you later.
Bye.